Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace. Check out squarespace.com/Paul Messner to create a website of your own. "2021's been a very special year for me and my family. We've been on some fabulous adventures and there's been some amazing additions to both family life and to my camping gear cupboard. So I've taken a look back over the last year and I thought I'd show you some of my favourite gear from 2021. So before I crack open the backpack and show you some gear, I need to talk about a couple of other things. So first, there's the Cray twins, Ronnie and Reggie. So back in February we picked up our Vauxhall Movano and started converting it into our little home on wheels. First time we've ever done anything like building a camper van, but it's been so much fun and it's allowed us to get to some stunning places this year. It was definitely hard work, but well worth the effort. Now in June we picked up Reggie, and if you thought the camper van was hard work, having a puppy is definitely a different level. But it's one of the best things that we've ever done, and it brings so much love and chaos to our lives. Hey, let's crack on and talk about some gear. So at the end of last year I got my hands on the Sierra Designs Flex Capacitor rucksack, and I was using it extensively in the first half of 2021. So in March I even said if I could only have one backpack, that is the one that I'd choose because it's very versatile. But a couple of months ago I got the Gregory Paragon 58 litre. I needed that little bit of extra space for my camera gear and for winter clothes. I never thought I would find a pack as comfortable as my Osprey Exos 48, but this one definitely compares to that for comfort. It's got that little bit of extra space and quite a few more features. The side access, the very good top pocket, hip belt pockets, and the bottom opening section make this a really good pack, and I've loved using it over all my recent trips. So for that reason this has been my favourite backpack in 2021. So I thought I'd try and make it a full setup. So inside here I've got my favourite sleep system and my favourite tent as well. But before that, quick thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring the video today. The Squarespace platform makes it really easy for everyday people like you and me to create a website of their own. Without any previous experience, I've used Squarespace to easily build 2 websites of my own. There's a boatload of ready-made templates that you can customise with your own photos and text. And if you do get a little bit stuck, they've got an online library of video tutorials. In addition to that, the customer support is really helpful. It's never been easier to have your own website, and if you click the link in the description below or head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner, you'll get a totally free trial and 10% off your first purchase, so you really have got nothing to lose. So, favourite tent of 2021, you probably guessed it. It's the Tarp Tent Scarp 1. So this tent arrived in April and I described it in one of my videos as my dream tent, which for the moment it still is. It only weighs in at 1.47 kilos, it's a 4-season tent and there's acres of room inside. There's plenty of room inside for cooking and the tent copes really well in windy conditions. So none of my other tents have really come close to this year. I've been searching for the holy grail of comfortable sleeping pads for years, and then in May I picked up the Sea to Summit Everlight Extreme, and this is 100% the most comfortable sleeping pad that I've ever laid on. It weighs in at 720 grams. It has an R value of 6.2, which means it'll insulate you from the ground in the really cold temperatures. So it's been my go-to sleeping pad for the last 6 months and definitely my favourite of 2021. It does have an Achilles heel though, the pack size is really big. So I have got the Thermarest X Therm as well, not tried that yet, so see how that compares for comfort. Should we go sleeping bag or stove? We're going to go stove. There's nothing new about this bit of kit. In fact, it's the stove I used on my very first camping video. So this is a Stormin Norman cone. Unfortunately can't get these anymore. seem to have rekindled my love for alcohol stoves. They're so simple to use, very reliable in all conditions. It's very efficient and wind resistant with this cone. It's definitely been my favourite stove this year. Right, last big one and then a few bonus items at the end. This is my favourite sleeping bag or quilt that I've used this year. This is the UGQ Outlaw hybrid quilt. Don't want to get it mucky. Very similar to the bandit quilts that I use. However, this one doubles up as a sleeping bag as well because it's got a full length zip. So you can use it like a conventional sleeping bag if you want to cut out all of the drafts if it gets really cold. I got this quilt back in June. I've used it many times. It's got a comfort rating of around -1 degree Celsius. It only weighs in at 750 grams. And the quality of the UGQ stuff is some of the best I've seen. So easily the best sleeping bag that I've used this year. So it's not just about shelter, sleeping and eating. Tech has played an important part of my camping trips in the last 12 months. Being able to make films for YouTube has literally changed my life. These little pocket cinematography tools produce some superb video footage. The GoPro Hero 10 has been awesome again for me this year. But the main camera has just been the iPhone. This has been a superb bit of kit. It's done pretty much everything for me this year. I've filmed the videos, I've edited on it using Lumafusion. I've even updated the website at times, just from something that I can keep in my pocket. If you've just started, or you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel of your own, then just take your phone out of your pocket and hit record. It really can change your life. Anyway, that's it for this one. I will try and sneak a couple more camping trips in before the end of the year, so I'll probably see you in those videos.